Okay, let's get started. Hey, I've been away for the last several days. I wasn't able to do any live streams. So I thought, why not? Let's do a market live stream. Well, I usually don't do these during trading hours, but no big deal. Let's take a look at the market real quick as people join and see what we got going on here. I mean, man, they had a big sell-off this week, and then we're getting this relief rally. Um, right away I look at the Dow Jones and I see what I see is three waves up, and this could be an area where you can actually start to short the Dow Jones if it's a bear, if this is a bear move. Here you have three waves down. This looks like a very small short wave, but it's in five, right? And you have five here, so you do have three. This what this could turn into is a higher degree correction, right? If it's going to go down in three waves and get X and can get down one more, I think something like this is more likely to see something like this. Now, there is a chance, the Dow did not is bottomed in an ABC, right here. And if we look, we got to go. Let's go to a higher time frame. You barely erased divergence, so you did get a little bit of that capitulation, but it didn't really go as deep as you would have expected it or wanted it. But that's something I'm seeing as the market is trading today, that we may see maybe as we close, this will fade and just fade away. So this is a lot of excitement right now. Oh my gosh, it's great! Buy, 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 buy. But we may see by the end of the market resistance and sellers come in here and it fades away. And that's what these bearish moves do. And that's why a lot of buy the dip people in your bear sequences here will lose all their money unless you're taking profit. You got to scalp and get out. Scalp and get out. Because what you're hoping for is, if this is a bottom, you're hoping for wave three and you can come out. But a lot of bullish energy has been expended already. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But that's just something I'm seeing today. Like, I'm not taking the short trade. I'm just showing a potential idea. And you are seeing wicks. You are seeing these wicks, right? It's having a little bit of trouble here. But we'll see. We'll see as people are joining. The SPY did hit an area where you would expect it to find a bounce. It could be finished here in the first three-wave move, but I believe there's a possibility we could still be in wave five and go make one more low. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4. We could make one more low and put A in. So what's happening right now may fail, and we actually make a marginal low, and then next week we get a really big pump, the pump that everyone wants, right? This pump, and they're like, oh, let's fill the gaps, fill the gaps. Maybe that comes next week, and then this is the oh shit, wave later. Now there is a chance though that it's just a different looking corrective sequence, right? And we could have W in, and we get X, and then we get Y later, and then this is just some three-wave move in X, and we're already in X, and we maybe fill this gap. This would be a tall order to fill that one, but maybe we can fill this one. So this one's just tough. So the market's confused. It's stuck. Right now the market's stuck because it doesn't really know. We broke this big trend line, right? Big trend line we broke. We back tested it and got rejected, right? So do you really think is it going to pump? I mean, it just seems like it wants to go lower, but markets had a real tricky moment as we're on our live stream. The triple Qs did hit an area, and it's just like the SPY. We could have a simple 1, 2, 3, 4, and we could still be in 5. Finish A, make a small low, get B, and then get C later, or where it already finished the W and we come up and down. So, but this is a very weak reaction. So my guess is we're still in the corrective sequence down, probably in some wave 5 of 5, right? That's what is probably we're probably in some wave 5 of 5 or maybe 3 of 5 about to happen. And then we could put A in, and then we could get a bigger relief rally. Okay, and then IWM is really struggling here. It wants to break this high to finish the sequence, to finish it. And then, so this could be a 1-2, 1-2. So we could actually get a pretty good surge out of the IWM to finish up to 240. But like I said, since it is 3 up, there is always a risk of one, you can get a bigger degree correction in 4 and get 5 later, which is probably more likely. The other is X is already in, which is like, that means the market's going down quite a bit. As you could see, tech and the IWM. So I want to kind of cover some of those big things because it's when I'm looking at the market. The dollar index is also in an interesting spot. If the dollar index wants to spike up in this too, then you would think that would put pressure in the market. Everyone's talking the yen, by the way, guys. And some dude asked me to update the yen. I never get this. And remember, we updated it and we predicted this turn and we got it. So this has actually been risk off for the market. Sometimes the yen, is risk off. Like if the yen goes up, right? This is the yen going up against the dollar. That means markets fall. That it's not always the case, but that's the dynamic we saw there. But that dynamic may come to an end and get one more rise, which should help, I guess, help the market because that's what it's been doing. And then you get the catastrophic yen pump increase. If this is a yen dynamic that drops the markets, holy shit, guys, because the targets for the yen are going to go much higher. Because if you look at the big picture on the yen looks like it moved down in 3 waves here. And then we found a 3-wave support. We hit the target area, and so we should swing down. So we should have a repeat of whatever happened here. This was the 1970 bear market, but then this was the 80s pump. So that's what I'm saying. The yen, you can't be like, oh, strong yen, the markets crash. But sometimes they don't crash. They didn't crash here, but they definitely were under pressure here. So I don't put too much weight, and I don't really care what the yen's doing, but everybody's on TV talking about the yen now. But in case you're wondering, this is kind of where I think the yen's heading. Okay, let's go to your super chats, guys, and try to get to your questions. A lot going on. So I'll just start at the top with Khaled. Let's start with Siri here. Siri here. Let's see what's going on with Siri. Cirrus Logic. I believe we had the pump and failure. So so maybe the 4 is done. Let's take a look. Probably not actually. If I look at this right here, this took like 20 September to 15 December. So that's like almost 3 months. So 3 months from the beginning of June, July, August, September. So beginning of September. So now 4 is probably still in 4. So maybe you get one more swing up, but that's probably it. Okay, and this is some kind of connector wave, and you get a push up to this area, and then boom, rug pull down to the final target, if it even survives it. And yes, guys, that's what I say, even survives it. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Wolf. By the way, I don't know who keeps, if you're on my stream about Core, I heard Core was up 20% today. Remember Core, we were like watching that bottom on my channel. Looks like that paid off big for whoever was asking me about Core. It looks like they got paid today. All right, so this is in a buy area for wave 5. If you believe in it, and it's gonna it looks like nice 3 swings. I mean, we pretty much have nailed this thing all the way up. Now, I mean, could we be off by a swing and it's already topped? It's possible. Let's look at the stochastics just to confirm. Yeah, so you're not have that weekly cycle break yet. So I think you get one more high, show that weekly divergence, and then boom, that's it. Okay. And that's how I see it. So it's in a buy area. So good luck. you know, on that. And then the next is Neo. Neo, just so you know, I dumped my Neo. I'm just like, F this. I don't have time to have my money tied up in shit like this anymore. But I do think the sequences could play out. But I just have other things to use my money for than wait around for that thing. And really, Neo, the green vehicle EV is just falling out of favor right now. So again, as long as it's above this high at 414, the chart is still bullish. This has got to be some kind of flat correction, but you have a lot of overlapping waves. Let's see here. You have a bullish divergence here. So maybe technically it could be finished at any moment if this is the right count. So if this is correct, this should find support right around here. Because if I go down and look at this, it looks like to me you've got 5 swings. You're running out of room for the 5 to continue. So, and then of course it's a flat correction, right? So there you go. So again, will it bottom and go into wave 3 up to the $5, or at least get a corrective move to 5? No guarantee, but I tell you, if it breaks this, it's going to it's going to just probably unravel. And I just don't have time to be like hopeful in this. All right, PBJ, AMD and Amazon. So AMD, very sad day for AMD, guys. It broke what I suspected it would break, which is why I dumped it and took a loss. Sometimes, trades don't work out. You got to take a loss, right? You can't just hold and hope. If you hold and hope too long, you're going to lose all your money. So when we bought this pullback here, right here, or actually we bought it here, we saw there's 5 down. So I mean, we knew it was going to go down again. We knew it was going to be down again. I just thought this was too shallow, because if this is all we got, that implies it's going to under $100 and under, and I just thought that's too extreme of a target. So I thought it was, I thought we'd get at least one more swing, and I wanted to get out at 205, but it didn't happen. It broke down. I stop out. Now you've got this break. So really, it's either gonna be in free fall straight down here, or you'll get a counter trend rally and you can short it. So you'll have to decide what you want to do. I will short this if I can get a nice clear 3 up, something like that. If I get something like that, I'll go into the short AMD and then look for this position, because now you made the lower low. You have 3, you have 5. It's pretty obvious what's going to happen. You need 5 down here, and honestly, this looks like it's about to go into a 3-3 moment, right? Look, it looks like you got 1, 2, 1. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you're hopeful, you can put that as a 3, 4, 5, and then you get a counter trend bounce up. You can short that, and then boom, and then it's lights out. So that's. See, I just don't know how this wave is going to develop. It's too early. But I think if you're buying it here, you're taking a huge risk. Like, I mean, I just think it's not a smart idea, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will do a flat connector, right? In screw the bears, right? You could do ABC. So then you have an A, a B, and a C, and it does some crazy shit like that, and then it makes its 5 waves down later. Very possible, but this looks like 5, right? This has to be in 3. It's in 5, so that doesn't work. So more than likely, it's going to grind lower. And then, guess what, guys? When this is down here, this is an opportunity, a great opportunity to buy. Now, here's the wave 4 low, so don't. It may go even deeper, but this has kind of been the weakest, right? Because this peaked way before all the other tech stocks peaked. So this is the weakest of the big tech type stocks. So when the weakest finally bottom, then most likely the tech market is ready to find a floor, which is why I'm using this as a barometer for when it's time to get more aggressive, buy in the dip again. When AMD is traded in here, you definitely do not want to be bearish on tech and mega caps tech, or this AI sector You really shouldn't do that. You should be looking for longs for sure on all those things. But really, I don't want to buy that sector knowing AMD is going to be grinding lower, guys. That's it. So that was a lot on AMD, but it was important information. Amazon showed this chart on my weekend update. It's going to be a bigger flat. I'm looking for a retest of this trend line here, which would put it back at like 158. Wave 4, it's correcting the whole cycle. It's correcting this whole thing. We should get a bounce here, but you know, I just throw out there the bounce. You know, the bounce can come up, it can fail and go lower. It can do that. So don't think it's going to be, oh, you know, moon boy. Like you should get a bounce here, and then you'll have to do what's best for you and decide take profit or play for the moon boy in big mega cap tech. You'll have to decide, because if we do get a bounce and failure, that failure will be pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Okay, Iceman, Icy, Space, and BA. Let's look at that Space. We had Space grinding lower, right? I think Space was our last update. Is just going to keep grinding lower and lower and lower. It's in a death spiral, but there's counter trend rallies. So we got this 4. So we need this 4 coming. So we got this big higher degree 4 that should surface soon when the 5 finishes. Okay. You erase divergence here, so you extended the wave 5 and the wave 3. So that can happen. That's what happens when you try to top tick and bottom tick these wave 5s. They just keep extending, which is why it's not a good strategy to do that. But you know, people like to gamble. You know, go to the casino and do things. So you guys can do that. But I would say more than likely, looking at this 1, 2, 3, like here, put that there, and then you have this 3 right here, maybe another 4 there, and then one more low there, and then maybe you get this pump we're looking for, something. You know, I don't know if it's going to go that high, but guys, I show this, but it doesn't mean it's going that high, okay? I just have to put this shit somewhere on the screen, okay? I can put it here, I can put it there, okay? So I mean, I'm just showing, but it should retrace up, okay? And then BA, you know, BA is the Boeing stock, and I want to see it go higher, right? I want to see it grind higher. I think the last update we gave on BA, did we lose BA on our screen? Looks like we lost it, or somewhere in the wrong section. Okay, so BA 1 2 1 2 1 2. It should be busting out of this thing. We should be busting out of this thing. That's we got we should be busting out of this thing. That's what I'm hoping for. Now, if we don't bust out of this thing, this is a connect. So again, I'm showing you the bear case. You got to know the bear case. If we don't bust out of this thing, it's a connector wave for this entire move. You have a W, you'll have some kind of X, and then you'll get a whole new swing lower. And I really think it opens you up to break in this low at 112. And then that opens you up to these final targets. The final targets I have at 46.51. And then we just have to put X in here. So I don't envision that unless the market's going to crash, guys, unless the Dow's topped, unless we're doing a flat on the Grand Super Cycle, right? You know, if we're doing a flat on the Grand Super Cycle, I think that's a 5% chance that could happen. It hasn't been ruled out. Has not been ruled out yet, and but it is. You know, it is a possibility by Elliott wave theory that we only have 3 up. We don't have the 5 yet, right? No, we have not done the wave 5 across the market. Every indice is missing wave 5. We need wave 5. We need wave 5. So that means a flat is in play. The flat is in play against, you know, the March 2020 cycle. And if that happens, holy shit, man, we're going to see selling like we've never seen before. But that should develop pretty quickly in the next several weeks. I don't think the market's going to not let it hang out for months, and you know, so hopefully we'll know and we'll see some clues. But yeah, Boeing breaking this would be a big clue that something much more sinister is happening within the market. But I think it's more likely it's higher. Very unlikely, because what breaking this low implies is the Dow's going to have a really catastrophic drop. coming. Okay, but this is, let's face it, BA is essentially a proxy for the Dow index. ITA looks like it's moving. That maybe I don't know what ITA is. I don't know what ITA is. Oh, a sector. Yeah, maybe it's a Trump trade or something, you know. All right, Jonathan Groves, let's go to yours. Thanks for the 20. I love those big super chats. Let's take a look here. TM and Eller. Let's go to those and see if we've done them before or not. We don't have those. All right, we don't have TM, so let's do that. Oh, it looks like looks like at one point maybe we had it. All right, let's take a look. So we had this impulse up, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like we had this 4. So I would say we're still in 4. Look, this 4 is probably finished here. We're probably pushing up in 5. Now, we talked about this one before. There's no guarantee of 5. There's no guarantee, okay? Hear what I'm saying. 5 may not happen. It may not happen because it could still be a corrective sequence. So once you get 3, you're really kind of gambling for the 5, okay? Once you get the 3, it could become a flat, an A, B, C, and then down. So I would say as long as this low holds at 37.30, you can expect a 5, but the minute 37.30 breaks, it's a flat, and it's just going to probably go all the way back down to these lower targets I have here. But right now, look, you see a beautiful 3 swings, right? And beautiful, so it looks like you're in your 5 now. And then once your 5 is made, boom, it's going to come all the way back down to 34, 32 most likely. And again, I'm giving you guys, when I say my targets, I'm not a market maker, I'm not a fortune teller. I'm just giving you like my opinion on where I think the likely path is. But you'll have to decide for yourself. I'm just telling you based on my experience. You know, all right, Edward David, hey, could you do Kit? Didn't write it in my super chat. Oh, I almost missed one. I need to do ALLR. ALLR. What is that? I don't even know what ALLR is. Some biotech play. All right. Looks like we got that in here. Okay, so man, it just missed our short area by like a penny. Look at that. Damn. Like tenths of a penny. Oh, actually, look, we tagged it here. So you did get a short entry here. So you did get it there. Cool. So now you're in 5. So let's take a look at this swing. We gotta have to look at the RSIs and see, because this wave 4 is too big. Yeah, see, you're already done the 5th wave. So actually, I would label it a little different. I'd put 4 here, the 5 here. It is actually correcting the wave. It's correcting the whole wave right now. So in something like this, an A, a B, and then C, and again, C, just use your imagination. Here. I mean, shit, it could go. It could be a candle like that. I mean, we don't know. I just think though, that's the final move. We're getting the final move. So I can't tell you how high it's going to go. Again, not a fortune teller, no, but I do believe that you're about to see some move like that, and then who knows? It just keeps going, but at some point it ends, and then boom, it's going to come all the way back down, and we do it all over again. Okay. Popcorn Tuna, yeah, welcome back. Appreciate it, man. 10, appreciate the 10. Solana. Yeah, I haven't been looking at crypto lately. Not the altcoins, so I haven't really noticed how they're doing too much. How's Solana doing on our chart? Solana is a perfect example of something that needs another swing. So, again, we do have 3 swings. We did hit the wave 4, sort of the cluster. But this looks like 3 up. I mean, look, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm just saying, I think it's got more downside. I mean, I'm giving you an unbiased view. I have no position in Solana. I don't own it. I don't care about it. I don't have any love or hate for it. I'm just showing you the chart I see that I read it. 3, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's what I'm seeing here. Now, if this high breaks, then it's something different, right? Obviously, then it's like an A, B, C, and X would come up. It would be something like this. It'd have to be something like, A, something like that. And then now, I just think, so in crypto, the reason I'm not so like giddy and hyper bullish right now is there's certain crypto stocks that don't look like they have finished their structure. Coinbase, MicroStrategy, CleanSpark. They look like they don't look like they don't look good like from my point of view. Now I can't be wrong, and maybe I hope I'm wrong for people that own it. So I do think there's a point. Now we've talked about that. Maybe this is when Bitcoin makes its wave 5. You get these final thrusts higher, and then when Bitcoin pulls back after wave 5, you get this. Now that's very possible. So that's very possible. But I just something weird with crypto. I get mixed messages. Some of these look good. Like some of these look great. Some of them look like we need this. So that's why I don't have a lot of like, I just don't have a lot of conviction that, oh yeah, we're mooning now. Like this could, like Bitcoin has the possibility for another swing lower. This was obviously a buy area. Hopefully you guys follow me enough and could do this on your own without me, my live stream, because look, you had 3, boom, buy, vertical. Okay, great trade. Now, problem I have, only issue is, this is long. We came a long way. It would be nice to have one more push lower. It would just be, healthy, I think. So I put another target there. Now this would be a good opportunity to go back on long, to get reloaded again for this wave 5. But if we do get wave 5, once we make a wave 5, it should be a pretty big sell-off, right, in crypto to allow those things to finish. And all we need to do is break this high. It doesn't have to go super high. Technically, is once we break this high, wave 5 could be in. It could be in right here. So look, we're almost there. So like it doesn't have a lot more room to go potentially before you get a big rug pull down in Bitcoin for the 5 wave up. Now, if it isn't 5, then yeah, then it could pull back and we can go higher. So I think that's what you got to think about in crypto as you're trading it. But yeah, I mean it's tough. Crypto's tough. I think there's a lot of moving pieces. But this was so far looks pretty good. I mean, I think Elliott wave, Elliott wave theory, you could say this, that, and more than that. So I think you could label it that way if I wanted it to, but I think it's going to do this. I think it's going to do this. And if it does that, then the rest of crypto should be impacted, right? It should be there should be an impact down, right? Boom, boom, or maybe even break this high and boom, there's something like that. And of course, like I said, this high has to hold. You have to hold this high, or it will probably unravel at least back down to this area, 40,000, and maybe very quickly, quicker than you can hit the sell button. The computers will take over more than likely. Okay, Mitso, Penn, and PayPal. Let's go to Penn and PayPal. PayPal looked like it had bottoms last time we updated it. Let's take a look. What's going on? Did it hold that low? So it broke the low, but let's look at some extended hour trading and just confirm the low broke. And yeah, it did. Okay, so that's sad, but we know the market's bearish, right? We know the market is topping out. So maybe so if I was by the way, if I was trading PayPal, I would have bought here. You would have saw the 3 swings up, and then you could have bought here again, right? We got that bounce, but you would have had a stop here, got out here, and then of course you have to have a stop here. So you would have bought here, you would have stopped out. So I don't recommend trading this anymore. The buy setup is lost, so we need to look at it's a new situation. So this could be a lot of things. This could be a connector wave for the move, and it's going to double correct lower. Let's go to the daily time frame. And well, actually, we got to go to the weekly. So it's actually a weekly cycle. Okay, so we're actually in the same correction. So this is not a connector. Okay, it's not a connector. And I look at it, and it's probably a fifth wave. It's probably a fifth wave. Okay, so it looks like 5 waves down of some kind. And then, you know, I look at this. Could it be a flat here? And then it's finished early. I can't even call it a flat. So I don't like to trade it. I wouldn't label it as 5 down. It could be too many possibilities. I think maybe my guess, again, just trade in this market, in my experience, it's gonna become a connector, and you're gonna get something like this, an A, B, C. It's gonna do one of these bear, blow up the bears and blow up the bulls, right? Something like that. And then it's going to come back to retest this area. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to do something like this, and then it's going to do something like this. Then it will form a good connector, and then it should drop. Okay, Penn, but it's a warning sign, right? See, that broke down. That broke down. Market's weak. Market's weak. Market's weak. Penn. All right, so we had this going higher. Looks like we had 1, 2. So this was tough because there's so many overlapping waves. But hey, we got this pullback, so we can get the label, and probably better label now, and probably put that as a 3 and a 4 with the 5 here. So that's probably the best way to label it for now. So yeah, you're in a 5. So this has to hold. So this has to hold. If not, it's a corrective move, and it means this low is going to probably break. Okay, so I think that's how I look at this chart, and then a nasty pullback. Okay. Thanks for the super chat, Chris. Xano crypto. Okay, let's see. I've not heard of that one before, but maybe we've charted it. Maybe someone's asked about it, but I don't remember. Yeah, so that's a new one. Xano. Is that how you write it? Xano. Oh, there it is. All right, we'll just grab this. What the hell? Okay. Not a lot of data, so the way I analyze it is prone to error, because there's just not a lot of data. But we could do our best and try. Let's see. Looks like 5 up here. That's 3 down. So we have 3 down, 5 up, and then this is a mess. Let's take a look. Let's just maybe this will help me. Again, there's not a lot of data. Yeah, it looks like a WXY within it. And then this looks like 5, 3, 3. Something like that. And this looks like some kind of triangle looking thing, maybe A, B, C, D, E, or what? Actually, we'll want to label it the other way. And then the initial pump. So tough call here. Maybe it's an A, B, C, like that. So you put W here, and you put X there, and then you put Y there. Or you could still be an X. So it's obviously moving in threes. So I bet it's in Y. It's probably in some kind of W. Get something like that. One. You may actually still be in this. So this looks like almost like we just like the previous one. So this actually is, you gotta be careful. It doesn't do something like this. Okay, that you're not still an X. Something like that. And maybe this goes a little higher. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, but it's really hard. Not enough data. This is just my gut tells me you maybe go up a little bit more, rug pull, pump, and it's over. And then it's for years and years as the market, the bull market in crypto's over in 25. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Good luck with that, Xano. Disney, yeah, we've been talking about Disney. Disney could be on the verge of a catastrophic meltdown, guys. It's just so weak. It's not getting bids. It's gonna if it breaks that low, man. Whew. So here we are again. We're trying to trade this wave 5, this final push, but you're running out of room to the downside. Now we said that it could just keep pushing down. I mean, it could keep pushing down. So, I mean, it's very dangerous to be short here. Actually, I think the if you went long, just market buy. I want to market buy Disney at 90. Just put your stop loss at 78. The potential upside could be 142. So, I mean, I think you're not gonna be able to catch the low if this is the chart. I think it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to ladder in and then just know when to fold them here. Because if this low breaks, guys, Disney's gonna do it's gonna do a freaking like what stocks have been crashing, like Ford and shit like that. It's just gonna melt down to this area, $40 and $35. I know it's unthinkable, right? Unthinkable, but that's what the chart says. You have to think the unthinkable. Disney may be a broken company, guys. You got to understand that Disney may be a broken company. It may not be your mom and dad and grandfather's company anymore. This was Boomer's, stock. This was the Apple for the Boomer generation. This was their Apple, right? Disney was their money tree, like Tesla and Apple is ours. But this shit may be over, guys. It may be done. I mean, I don't know. Now, they say they got some movies coming out. I heard someone on TV's like got Marvel and stuff and Star Wars and shit. So maybe, for me personally, if it gets lower, I may just try. Hey, I'll buy it at 82 and put a stop at 70. I mean, what do I got to lose? But I would do that after. By the way, I would do that after earnings because you see, some stocks open up on earnings down like 30%. I mean, we can't take that kind of risk. But yeah, I'd be concerned. But it should bottom really at any moment here and turn. It's just if anything, this needs to correct, even if it's gonna go lower. All right, let's go to the next super chat from Florian. Appreciate the super chat. All right, let's take a look at some of these. TUI1. Okay, let's see what that one's all about. Extra 45 minute. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Well, I always have to start at the highest view because that's like a roadmap. So hey guys, when you look at charts and look at stocks, you always got to look at the big picture because, that's important to know. Look and see you broke that low. So right away, there's so much overhead supply on this. And look, you just broke it. That's pretty bearish. Just right there. I don't even have to analyze any more than that. I just pretty bearish. So it's probably a stock I want to short, not really want to buy. But just knowing that, without even looking at the 45-minute time frame, okay? Just I want to mention that. So this looks like 5 down here. all the way down. It looks like we need another 5 down. So now here, like a 1 2 1 2. Well, actually, let's see. Again, we need to look at the whole move. You see how the cycle reset right here. So you're already finishing the first wave down. So you're about to have a wave. At some point, you're going to have wave 3 of C come into picture. Okay. But this is a weak bounce. But you know why? It's finding all that resistance, overhead resistance, and people are loading up shorts because that's what I would do. So that's why it's not going higher. Now it should go higher, but it's not. It should actually come back up to here, but it's not because people are like, cool, I'm going to short this to death, and it has all the overhead resistance. So, you know, I still think this is pretty shallow though. I think it should make another, like, it should run a little bit higher on the 45-minute time frame, but you know, there's no guarantee, right? Look, looks like 3 up here. This is the connector A. So you have like an A, B, C. And then it's breaking down again. And erase divergence. One, two. Yeah, I think it may have topped here. It looks like it's impulsing down. Yeah, so 45-minute chart, since you asked. Bullish divergence, you reset the cycle. So this wave is finished. Something like that. A, B, C. And then it should continue lower. Now, since it's a flat, C could still extend a little bit more, but I would be looking for more downside. Boom. That's what I'd be looking for. So that's what I mean. You'll have to do with this what you want, but that's how I'd look at this. Okay. So I'd be looking at it from a bearish perspective, and I would just expect more continuation lower and a wave 3 coming to existence here. I mean that's my opinion. Then Magnite. One of my #1 rules, like I've always mentioned, if you don't know, is I never trade against the direction of the market because most stocks succumb to the market overall, no matter if they're bullish. So on the bigger picture, it is bullish, but it doesn't mean it can correct. So it's definitely going to be in a correction as long as the Nasdaq's under pressure. So we had 3 waves here. This was the buy area that I set up at 13.95. It looks like we've already hit that. So this is finished. So it either is going to, off to the races, which I don't think is likely given the overall market picture, unless it trades outside the market. Like we had some stocks really surge, right? Even while the market was selling off, like Viking, right? But I think for the most part, if the market's under pressure, don't be surprised it bounces and fails and bounces and fails and then at some point it'll be good and then we can run. But I think the way I would label this is I would put another wave 1 here, and it's in some kind of 2. So it's in some kind of 2 now. So it could very well be done here. But given where the market and tech market is, I think it's probably got to bounce in one more low to go, and then maybe you can get lucky, but I still like what's happening here. I do like what's happening here. You know, and again, I always show you the super bearish case, which is very low probability. I call it the market crash case. You only have 3 up, right? And you have 3 down. So there's always, you can't rule out this scenario. You can't rule out something like this, like this, like that, and it comes back down to retest the low as the stock market crashes. Okay, that's the flat scenario. And again, I don't predict the future, but whenever that ends, and it will end, will come out and it'll go up. But you have to hold through all that. So it's I think it's a victim of the overall market right now. It wanted, it wanted to come and go, but it's just going to be held back by the market, I think, unfortunately. But I don't know. Yeah, here, but this is finding buyers here. Veil, let's go to Veil. Veil. We're almost there. 9:30. We're almost there. So almost there. Be patient. Roku's doing a nasty flat, but I was looking at that today. The flat could be close to finishing up. And that, see, Roku's a great example of flats, guys. So you see Roku pulls out a nasty flat, right? It just is like, no, I'm gonna really So here you go. You get this A, you get this B, right? Oh, we did it. We broke out. And then you get a flat, and it just destroys you, right? 1, 2, 3. We're in 4. I want to. You need one more low to finish the series out. So if Roku can pull this 5, then it's a massive good risk reward opportunity against this low at 51. But know that, like I said, if we go into earnings down around here, it could just gap down and open up down at 43. Hell, we saw like a stock today down 40% on earnings, right? In the healthcare sector. So like you don't know, right? So I would not ride it into. I'll wait till earnings is over. So here you go. That's what I think's happening in Roku. But you'll have to kind of figure this thing out. They're not making it easy, because I think it was a lot easier if we're trading into earnings up here. If we're trading into earnings down here, geez, that's could be really scary, because then you're set up for a major gap lower if something goes wrong. So, but that's what the market looks like it wants to do. Place your bets, I guess. Chipotle, yeah, we were looking at that. We said it was in wave 4. Is that wave 4 done yet? Damn, we don't even have a connector wave. It's a crash correction. What's the degree? Let's look at the degree of this wave 4. Oh, it's correct in this degree. Oh, no wonder. All right. How deep has it gone? Even through the 618. I'll be looking for the 4664. So when you get these crash corrections, you can use classic Fibonacci levels to try to gauge your. So maybe 4664 would be a area. We can try to find the connector. Maybe we'll get lucky and we can find the connector in this shit. You really don't. You don't have one. It's just like free fall almost. Damn. So you know what I would do? I would just label it as an impulse. It's got to be an impulse. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3. So it's just, I would expect more downside. It's something. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a little deeper than I thought it would go, but wave force. Usually the deepest wave 4s go is 0.5 retrace. If it's more than 0.5 retrace, then it's usually a wave 2. So then we would say a 1 2 1 2. But obviously it's correcting this whole move. It's correcting the whole thing. And we called that top. By the way, guys, we called that top on my channel. So please don't tell me you bought it. I mean, God, please, because we saw the five. We're like, oh, it's done. Don't buy the split, you know. So anyway, but no bottom fishing for this. I would wait. The only way I would ever entertain buying this is if it bounced and failed, and I can get a nice three swing entry where it's a very very obvious connector. This is just crap to me. Okay, Tesla, GME. Let's clear. So Tesla is in the wave 4 buy area. Okay, so if you believe it's going to make a wave 5, you want to buy it right here, right now, on my channel as the market's chucking along. Now, if you don't believe that, then you're believing the market's got a much more violent bear market coming, because then you have three down and three up. Well, what does that mean? It means we'll get another three down. It means this low at 139 will break, and we're going to come back to retest 101 and maybe even break it. Are you kidding me? Yeah, that's. So we got the three, but the five is never guaranteed. You know, and I always say that the five is never guaranteed on a corrective bounce. This is a corrective bounce still. Now the five, if we got this five, then it would mean this low is set. It's confirmed. You're in a bull market again. Until then, you don't know. You don't know, but I think we'll know soon enough, right? Soon enough. But we are back in the downtrend. That's not good. It would have been better if we were like here, right? But we're not. I think it's kind of a gamble. Like there's no clear sign to me that you'll get either way. I think it's about the market. If you believe the tech market's going to crash, then this is going all the way down back down here. If you think tech market will make wave 5, like we'll find support, then it's going to do this. And then it's going to come all the way back down. But then you'll have to retrace this whole move, right? Then theoretically it could come all the way back down, which is fine. Okay, so here it's like guessing. You know, it's a speculative play here, speculation. But I don't ever recommend just like guessing. But everyone's got to do what's best for you. I know a lot of people love Tesla because it can move. GME, you know, GME's chart. Last I looked at it. Wow, look at the market, guys. Looks like we are getting that relief rally. So maybe the Dow is putting in a wave 4 here. We'll get this fifth wave, and the flat is being rejected. So that's good. That's good and bad. Bad because it means the end is getting close. Good means we're not going down. So that's good. So then the Dow would be relabeled. Like if we make a new high and we can surge out of this, it would be something like this, this, okay? By the way, that's how I would update the Dow. Just looking at that real quick. But it's still not all clear. I'm not saying it's all clear because we're still in the sell area. Still in the sell area, okay? Whoops. Still in the sell area. But I think it's safe to say if it breaks up here, it's going to make its way 5 and push. Okay. But that's great. You know, a lot of greedy motherfuckers, a lot of greedy people on the call. Excuse my language. Yeah, a lot of greedy people out there. Okay, so GME, 3 swings down, right? So we had a low here, and this just formed a connector wave for this move. And then you had 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3. Okay. So here's the issue I got with GME. This looks like, is it 5 or 3? Yeah, 5 down. So this 2 is going to play out more. And again, we don't make the market. We wish it would just moon. Moon now. It's going to do something like this. Okay, that's more than likely what we're about to see. Something like this, like this, like this, like that. And then the key is it's got to hold that low, 22.5. Okay, if it can't hold that low, then you know, then it's not a good trade anymore. Now, there's a possibility, just so you know, because we don't have that maybe that's B, and we're actually we do that. But we need to fall like right now. If we do that, then maybe 2 can get set here and here, and then we can run. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think something like this, like this, like this, like this, and then one more low. All right, and this is the way it goes with GME. All right, XOM. Yeah, how's these oil stocks doing here? Commodities. Oil's been weak. The the commodity itself. Let's see here. XOM. Violent. Look, we actually had this as a short. Great. But oh no, now it's retracing. So again, if this chart is right, this is what will happen. Okay? Something like that. Now, if this high breaks, I mean, there's not a lot of room, right? Then this high is probably going to break. So then I think the bearish case maybe negate it. I would negate the bearish case. Yeah, so I think it's important moment for oil for this company chart, because if 120 breaks, I don't believe the bearish case is valid anymore. Okay, but we don't know. We've come so many close, like we've gotten to the end on so many things, and they turn. So who knows? It's just people don't want to give these oil. They're so much in love with these oil companies. Like everyone hated them 2 or 3 years ago, but I've never seen so many people in love with buying oil producers. Geez, I'm like, we're probably going into a recession, guys. I mean, with and usually when the Fed lowers rates, it's because the economy's weakening, which is why the oil commodity's selling off. So I'm not sure why people would want to get all bulled up on oil producers, and then Trump's going to add more supply, So I think, I don't know. I don't understand the bull case on it, but man, you go on TV, it's like every other analyst they drag out there, it's just pumping energy for whatever reason. I just don't want to buy into it. I don't want to buy into that, man. Okay, Fizer. Fizer's been doing well. We called the bottom on my channel. We've watched it bottom for weeks, months even, right? We watched it bottom for months, and this is beautiful. Look at that. All right, so we're either in wave 5, or so okay. So just keep grinding higher, just grinding higher, right? We did good on Fizer, so good. So just keep grinding higher. All right, that was easy. Pfizer's an easy one. Pfizer's an easy one. AMC, yeah, AMC. I don't remember what. Yeah, we said it was gonna like drop and then pump or something. We had this like drop and pump type thing going on with AMC. Last week gave an. Oh yeah, good. It pumped. Look at that. Oh guys, look at this. We got it. Boom. We got the buy, we got the flat, and then we got the pump. Okay, so big moment for AMC. We need that follow through, the break 576. If it does, it's off to the races, man. So, but it's not all clear yet. So this is probably the first leg up. So it's going to retrace this leg. It's going to retrace this leg. Bearish divergence. The 15-minute cycle is going to reset. So it's got to pull back coming. It will pull back. It's got to pull back. Okay. And probably another flat. It seems like AMC loves flats, like A, B, C. So it's got a pullback coming. But I have no idea how deep it's going to be. But I think I could put the one here. It pulls back to 495. I could put the one here. Pulls back to 506. Okay. There is a possibility it's this. Okay. So this time frame is too short to analyze. But my, I'm just thinking this is probably the most likely path. And this low has to hold, because if not, you have a W, you have a connector wave, and then it's just probably going to break this low, and that low in one fell swoop, and now we'll be back down to these areas. And it's just the way it goes. And that's why trading is, anything can happen. But I do believe so far, this was good. This was good. This was good. Good sign, but not when we're up here. I think the bulls have done it. The bulls have done it. Okay, guys. I got through all my super chats. Let me just go through some comments real quick, and I'm gonna drop off this live stream, and I'll probably try to do another one either later tonight, definitely tomorrow morning. So I've done the SPY, SQQ. I'm skipping over ones. I've done DG, and if I don't have the chart, I'm not going to do it. So DG, Dollar General. I have Dollar General's chart. I have Dollar General's chart. Yeah. Let's see what the hell's going on. Oh my gosh, what happened here? All right, we called the bottom, so it's just retracing this this leg. There's no divergence, so this could be a corrective bounce. So it's 3 swings. So this low has to hold. 100 has to hold, or Dollar General is going to be called, Penny General. Like this will take it down quite a bit. Now, 1, 2, and this is impulsive. I would be careful. It's not. It looks like it's going to take another leg lower. It's hard to believe. It looks like to me it could still be in wave 2. Okay, it could still be in wave 2 in the grand super cycle. All right, I'll give you the target if that's the case, and we'll see how it plays out. But I think I'll give you my honest opinion of where it is, looking at the wave structure. So be looking for like 86. 91 in this area with the divergence erased. So you'll have to watch the divergence being erased as well. So we'll see if what happens with this thing. I guess we got that support right here too. So I think it could double correct down. Okay, that's the Dollar General chart. Who else? Let's see. I've done SPY, QQQ. PSX short target, please. What's PSX? What's PSX? Oh, okay. Hard to say because so it's a 4 wave, okay, of correcting. It depends. The target is all about what happens in this bounce. Because the higher it goes, the higher the target. If it's done here, then it's going to go lower. So honestly, if I was short this, if you shorted it here, I would probably cover and take some profit and then let this play out more and re-enter that position again. That's what I would do, because this is kind of dangerous, because you could get this like big rally and lose a lot of your profit in that short, or you get lucky and you don't. I would just probably, if I had shorted it here. Now here, I would never enter a position here. Never. There's no setup for anything here. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, PLL and Palantir. Yeah, how's PLL doing? We've been kind of keeping an eye on that. Now, that sector, so we had there was this big debate on our channel, one more low or not. So we called the super buyer, and they actually wicked it. We called that, and boom, it came out great. Now it's pulling back. So it's either wave 2, right? It's either wave 2. It's about to launch, okay, or we get that one more low. And the only way to know that is we don't even know it from the wave structure. If it's a lead-in diagonal, it can be in 3. So you're just gonna have to place your bet. I don't know. I still think there could be one more low. I mean, that was always like my original idea, but I was entertaining the fact we did not break this downtrend line. So one more low would bring it to about $8, okay, down here. So I'll draw this box here, and then we'll have to come back and see what happens. But it's like 50-50. Drop here or we run. There's no way of knowing exactly. It does seem like it wants to make another low. Okay, which is what I think I originally wanted to see in this. Yeah, and core did really well. Yeah, we got core right. Palantir was like, again, it's at the mercy of technology, right? It's at the mercy of the sector. So we have it in this wave 2, correcting this leg. You know, if this is the wave 4 low, it should come back to 2380. So it looks like it wants to bounce and fail. That's just, again, I'm just giving you my idea on what I think it could be. There's always a chance it's still in this wave 2, and this is a 3 wave, and it will flat, and it will come back down to 18. You know, it's probably more likely. Why don't we just call it that? But actually, we came back above. We wicked. So this is too many possibilities. I do think there's still more downside, but you need to understand that it could be a flat, and you get this, and then you fill this gap, and then it's done here, and then you get the wave 3. So I'm starting to lean this way, but you know, it's tough to say. But either way, whether it does that, it comes down and does that, or does that, it's usually up. So the short term, very choppy, violent, maybe stressful, shaken out maybe, but then long term, you should be good on this. If I was like a long-term investor, I wouldn't really worry. But yeah, I mean, you may have to look and see your balance at $18 again and just say, hey, that sucks. But that's just the way it goes to shake out the weak hands. And if it does go down to 18 down here, that would be like a great entry for people who missed this move. That would be a great opportunity if you missed this move in Palantir to get back in on the wave 3 coming. Okay. All right. I didn't buy in. I did not buy in core. Damn, I was so close to doing it. I just, you know, it's hard for me to buy in on stuff that I just don't know too much, you know, about it. I mean, the chart did look good though, I have to say. Band, that crypto, man, I hadn't heard anyone ask about that crypto. It's so funny. That's an oldie. How's it doing? It's $1. Wow, see, it hit our buy area, it bounced in 3, and then it failed. So that's the thing. When it hits these buy areas, it always bounce. Usually you get a bounce at least. Sometimes you get the low, but it didn't. So the low failed, and this failed. So it's in like that. It's in death spiral mode. It's in death spiral mode now. It's double correcting. It's double correcting down. So the new target would be somewhere around 44 cents is probably where it's heading. You know, somewhere down in this area. Looks like that's done in 3, a bounce, so we should get one more leg lower. So I would be looking for some kind of bounce here, you know, something like this. But my guess is it's just going to keep grinding lower. But their bounces are tradable. So maybe you know, you put this on your watch list at 44 cents, it hits it, then you could try to play for this type of bounce, like retrace bounce on bands. XRP, since I have this up, I think we had a controversial chart for XRP. We had this up. Oh yeah, we had the down. So we did have the down, and we have the up. So wow, it looks like we got this right, man. So I see when we did this chart, this didn't exist. We were here, and people, oh, it's not going down. You got, you know, someone DM me is like some Ripple pumper. Dude, look, it went down. Now look, it came back. So like, I mean, you guys, I don't want to get people too emotional with these charts. Again, I don't make the market. I just give you my opinion. But if I'm like giving you like a chart that makes you feel like bad, then probably your money management's wrong, because then you got too much money at stake in one thing, and you're losing sleep over it. I never lose sleep on my positions because I don't put my whole stack in one thing. Okay, but whatever. But look, it played out. So that's my Ripple chart, guys. It's my Ripple chart. Um, all right, don't know what that was. Okay, let's see here. Let's keep going. I think I got to wrap it up. So I don't really can't do much charts, but I'll be doing more live streams. I've been traveling, away from my setup. We'll look at the German index later. I think, like most indices, everything needs a wave 5. If the Dow is bottomed in wave 4, German index usually follows the Dow Jones Industrial Average. They're kind of like industrials. But like I said, don't FOMO into the Dow just yet because it is in a sell area. It's in a short area right now. It's in a short area. You're not up here. Now, if you're up here, hey, you're probably going up. You're in the short area. And look, that's 3 waves, guys. I mean, I don't have to be an Elliott wave expert to tell you this ain't 5 waves. That's 3 waves. Okay? That ain't an impulse. That's not an impulse. So don't be shocked next week if we break these lows. I mean, don't be shocked. But I'm just saying, if it bottomed, great. If it bottomed, great. If it bottomed, then more than likely, yeah, the DAX is bottomed because the DAX tends to trade with the Dow. I need to do SOXL for you guys because that's an important thing to keep an eye on. SOXL is important because that's a good way to also time the bottom of the tech and bottom of the semiconductor market. So the SOXL, I had this labeled at one point as a 1 2 1 2 out, but now I think it's safer to label it as a 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. We pulled back. This was the first buy area at 49, and we got a feeble bounce, a meager, weak, wimpy bounce, and we're double correcting. So I wouldn't like to buy it until it drops down to $30, 29, 28. When the SOXL is in this area here, you can't be too bearish on tech anymore. Yeah, tech can keep going lower, but my guess is, my guess, and I'm not, my guess is you'll get a nice healthy bounce, and then either we'll go to new highs and it's moon boy, or the market will crash and this thing will be wiped out. So, but this is a tradable long. These are some tradable long entries here. More than likely, AMD is below 100 here, guys. So this is the count, and that's just the way it goes. Something like that. So that's what I'm seeing. 5 up. We find support between the 4 and the 2. Ideally, that would be right around 24, 25 even. Okay. We've traded this pretty well on my channel. Like we had the short here, boom. We had the long here, up. And then I had a buy in here somewhere. We like doubled our money, like here. We bought this wave 4 and boom. So we've traded this pretty well. So the SOXL has been behaving pretty well per my system. So if this is right, this is the area that we should get some support if we get there. How we get there, I don't know, but we should get there. Okay. I missed you for Kit. Okay, maybe if I did, I apologize. Let me go back. All right, let's start at the monthly. So again, it's been in a bear market since its existence. It's hard to analyze that chart, but if let's go to the weekly. So you have 3 there. Connector down. And then see all this, so this has to take this divergence out. So it's going to probably go lower. But, well, chop, sure, definitely. So this leg is over. This leg is over. My guess is you're still in Y, and you'll get a nice bounce here, and then it'll fail. Okay, but I think it's due for like a pretty healthy bounce. That's similar to the degree of I gotta be able to see it. This bounce. See how that wick went up? Something like that. Okay, something like this. So I think that's what's missing in this chart, but that will fail again. So that whatever. So that's. But it looks like that should happen pretty soon at any moment. Okay. Good luck with that, Kit. Black Friday. Metals. Okay, the metals are at a very important moment because you guys, I don't know if I remember if I covered silver earlier. Okay, so silver's in a buy area for wave 4 right now. 5. Okay, this is what you want to see, right? Impulse, we get the 5th wave like Bitcoin, and then, oh, big rug pull. Okay, hell, it could go all the way back down to 21 even. Okay, so that's the classic view. Now, there's one more view. I need to again. And again, I don't know if I remember. I showed you guys, told you guys this. What if we're still in 2? We only have 3 up. Okay, only have 3 up. What if it's that? And if it's that, guess what? The stock market has crashed. Financial crisis 2.0. Grand super cycle's over. The target for this pattern is silver at $14, $13 to retest this low. Again, that's what it looks like. Again, I don't make the market. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't control things. So you're gonna have to decide for yourself what you want to play. Do you think it's the market? Do you believe, like many people on the internet do, smart people, big subscription services are saying the stock market has peaked, it's going to crash now, right now? If that's happened, then that's your chart right there. That's your chart right there. There's other people that say, oh no, it's Moon Boy. It's oh hell no. Then your chart is this chart right here. This chart. Okay? Moon. So but I think, honestly, I don't think we're ready for a flat crash because we don't have a narrative yet that has emerged to me to generate that much fear. Hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, we don't know. So this is actually one of the first warning. I think this is one of the first market things that could tip their hand that the market is leaning toward a collapse. If we see silver break this $26, come down, 25, 24, break this trend line, and the indices are chopping around, I'm like, dude, the silver's telling you something big is happening, something horrible. So silver is important for me on the overall health of the market. But right now, if we were trading it, you just buy it and put your stop here, stop right there at 26, and see if you get lucky, you can make some money on this 5. I mean, that's how you trade that thing. That's how you trade it. But again, I'm showing you the bear case because the bear case can still happen. I can be wrong. The markets can crash. Technically, the flat is in play until we make a 5th wave on the indices, and we haven't done that yet. We have not made a 5th wave on any of these indices. We're all at wave 3s. So every one of them could be a flat right now, right here, at this moment. and you can get and we can get this right now. Like that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's a maybe a 5% or less chance. But is there a chance? Yes. So if you're putting your whole stack in long, if you're just being, punch drunk bullish, you are not managing your risk right. You gotta hedge, but once you get the wave 5, I think the flat is negated, and then it's a safer market. But yeah, will there be a pullback off the 5? Hell yeah, it's gonna be a big pullback. But this flat, man, if this flat happens, it is gonna catch so many people off guard, and people are gonna buy the dip, and they're gonna lose all their money buying the dip. They're gonna lose all of because buy the dip will fail. The guys that are just like buy calls, just buy calls on everything, like they're gonna all lose all their money. I mean, if turns out to be a flat, but I'm like, what's the narrative? There's no narrative. Like back in '07 when we had the flat, we had the housing crisis there. I mean, we were talking about the housing crisis emerging in 2005 and 6. We saw it coming. Everyone saw it. I mean, there's no like narrative to drive that kind of fear. So it'd have to be a real black swan. And the only thing I can think of is we wake up, China invade Taiwan, they all over the island. That would do it. That would drive the flat. I think that could do it. So it'd have to be something like that, man. That's my take on silver. All right, looks like I got a couple more super chats, and then I'm done. I gotta go. I got people texting me and all sorts of shit here. Rafe. Whoops. I don't know what the hell I did. Close that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Rafe. Rafe. Bank. Some strange symbols I've never heard of, but okay, let's look at them. Looks like it's pretty illiquid, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 down. It's clearly 5 down, and this is an ended diagonal. I mean, I don't even need to. I've seen this pattern a million times. So it's about to turn up. I think you'll get a retrace back up to 75. It may have already started, but there's just not a lot of data here. Yeah, it's probably already turning higher. Okay, but this impulse, usually these impulses retrace back up to the 4, but then after that it should go lower. Okay, now if this low breaks here at 9.17, then it's going to become a 1. It's going to be a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and it's going to be a free fall. So I think it's bullish off of that low. And then Volnoy, okay, Volnoy. All right. Similar count, 5 down, right? You can see the 5 down, easy to see it. Now see here, you already made it to the 4. So, but it looks like you made 5 off that low, so it looks like to me it'll make another swing higher. Bearish divergence. So to me it looks like you're going to have, something like, well, I got the count wrong. Hold on. Yeah, we overlapped the wave. Do this again. Let's see, 1 2 1 2, like that. So this is too shallow to me. It looks like it should drop a little more, and then it should make one more. So I think it's got one more swing higher, something like that, and then it should come all the way back. But it could continue to retrace, right? It could retrace all the way back up here. We don't know. But it looks good. Since you got 5 up, it looks good that, when B, now this B could actually be done here, which you get really lucky, but I think it seems likely that you'll get B to drop a little more, and then you get C. Okay. All right, Joel LXRX, let's see here. Lexicon Pharma. Okay, a small pharma company. Um, Another one of these. Been in a bear market since it's existed. Um, I mean, the only way to trade this, given the way I'm seeing it, is to trade off the low. If you can even find it. So that's the low there. So we're just gonna have to trade off that low and see where we are in the. So you do have 5 up here, but let's go to a different time frame, a lower time frame. Yeah. So this has probably got one more swing higher, and then more than likely it will continue its journey and its death spiral of reverse splits. So I'd be looking for upside against this low. Now this low at 147 has to hold. If it doesn't, it's just going to go lower. But I think you'll get this C and come out, and then that's probably it. So that's what I'd be looking for. Something like this, like this, like this, and out. Okay. RUN. Sunrun. Oh, yeah, that one I heard is being like annihilated, right? I heard that one. Is that the one being annihilated, or oh no, that's the good one. Okay, yeah. So our chart's good. 1 2 1 2. We predicted the 3. Look at that. No change. Looks like it's about to have a big breakout. See, the shorts are losing control here. I bet they're losing control here. They're like, oh shit, why all the other solar stocks are going down? I assume this is solar of some kind, right? Sun. But yeah, I mean, it wants to, explode out. And that's what our charts has said for the last 4 weeks. So no change on that. Thanks for the super chat. All right, guys, see you later. I'll be back on the live stream, maybe later tonight, definitely in the morning tomorrow. See you guys later. And again, I'm on Pacific time.